Alright guys, welcome to another hemp house update. This video is a little bit different to our normal videos where I've been building the hemp house, and I thought I'd try my hand at gardening for the first time ever. So this is what I've been up to for the past few weeks. Hope you enjoy. Day two on the garden. Yesterday I set down the shed base, so that's set now. So I'm going to start building that up today. I started building the raised flower bed as well. So I might continue on and try and do a bit of that, and then we can empty out the compost. Yeah, that's it. We've run out of materials, so I'm going to call it a day now, and I think I'm going to have a beer in the garden. The materials aren't here yet, so I can't carry on with the shed, so I'm thinking that I'm going to go up and attack the top bit of the garden now. And I've already been chopping up the pallets. The amount of pallets I've accumulated after doing the build is unreal, so I've chopped some of them up. The next thing I want to do is build this raised bed. We're not going to plant in there until later this year now, but we're going to try and layer it up and maybe do like a no-dig bed. But in order to do that, it basically needs to go over where the compost is at the minute. So my plan is to empty the compost, make room for the bed, and then I can build the bed. But again, to empty the compost, I've got some live stuff still in there. So the plan is I'm going to scoop that off the top. I might bury that at the bottom of the no-dig bed, and then I'm going to use the rest of the soil to mix in with this clay that I've got in the middle of the garden here, and hopefully it's going to regenerate the soil. I don't know anything about gardening, but that's what I've read, that it will sort it out. But yeah, so I'm going to get started. Over there we did a little experiment actually, where we laid some cardboard on the ground. We rotated and dug out all the weeds below, covered it with cardboard, then topsoil over the top, and that's come up really nice. Over that side we did nothing with it, but the weeds seem to have just made it's quite nice soil over there. So it's just this middle bit with a bit of clay that we tipped on top. So I've got to sort that out, but that's it. But first, yeah, I've got to clear all this lot, and then I can empty the compost. Loads to do. Oh, I was exaggerating, it wasn't actually that much work. It's taken me about 10 to 20 minutes, I suppose. I've spread down this ash here from fires I've been having. I don't know what it's going to do, might help it. Once I've turned it all in, I'll mix the compost in, then I'll turn all that over. I might even put some cardboard over the top and put some more topsoil like we did on this side, because it's low anyway. But yeah, hands are filthy. Here's all the nails I've picked out of the ash. So next thing, time to take the compost down. I don't know if Phil put it in the edit, but it would have been like episode 0. My dad helped me put these up, so I've got an attachment to them, but time to take them down. Next part. Some topsoil kindly donated by the neighbours. So that's it now. I'm not going to bother covering it with cardboard because I want to save that for the no dig beds first. But if there's any spare, then I'll layer it over the top and put some topsoil over. But yeah, hopefully that'll be alright. I've got all the fresh compost there. I ended up just scooping that and putting it to one side at the minute. Once I've done a no dig bed, I'll spread that on the bottom layer and cover it with cardboard before layering it up. Whether that's going to work or not. But yeah, might carry on for a bit longer today. Finish moving the compost, get ready for the bed, but I think that's nearly it. So the plan for today was going to be to hopefully get the shed materials and maybe finish these raised beds and empty out the compost. The whole reason I've been doing the shed is because I've wanted to create a space that I can empty from that shed into the new one before I dismantle it, and that was then going to allow me to clear the space ready for planting a hedge around the back corner of the garden. But I've just had an email to say the hedges are turning up today, so they're coming at 1, so it's going to be a bit change of plan, empty the shed out and just get on with the hedge today, which I don't know how to do, but we'll find out. So that's it, hedges are here now. Brilliant. I'm just going to open them up, see if there's any instructions or anything inside, so I know what to do. But might be a little trip to the garden centre to get some don't even know what you'd call it, something to help it grow, but we'll see. Going to open them up now. So there it is, we've got 11 of them. They were meant to be 1.8 metres tall. I'm like 192, 193, so a bit shorter if they're all going to be like that. But oh well, I'm sure they'll grow, hopefully. There was no instructions, so I think I've just heard that maybe I should mix it with some compost. I've got some fresh compost in out the back. So topsoil I can mix it with. I've been told to get some mycelium stuff. I'm gonna have to check again, and some other things. So I'm gonna pop down to garden centre. Garden's ready. Come back and we'll get them all planted. No, there's a dog in the back. Right, so we've got our perlite now. The plan is I'm going to put a stake in at the front of the row and at the end of the row, so we can keep it by eye in line with that, the way we lay the trees or plant the trees. And the plan is to space them about ½ metre apart. We're going to dig a hole, put the soil from the hole onto a sheet of OSB, mix it with another 50% of around compost. These are figures that I've just plucked out of my bum, and then we'll mix in, I've read on the perlite pack, it needs to be about 25% of the mix, so we'll make that mix 25% of it the perlite, give it a mix up, and then we'll just go around using that pile as we do all the holes, filling it in. I've been told just the depth to plant them to keep the stalk of the tree above ground, to stop rot on the tree, and also to well water in the tree and to compact all the soil to get rid of any air pockets that apparently can also cause rot. So yeah, that's the plan. Gonna get going and finally get them in.
Is he gonna hold it? Yeah, it's a little bit dodgy.
Yeah.
The nail, I mean, not there, the whole thing. No?
Oh, it's a
Nice. Yeah, stretch it up a little bit. From my side, you're gonna have to push it down. There. Yeah, it's a little bit dodgy, but yeah. I'm gonna have to straighten it up.
Right, let's have a little see if this works. Apparently if I press this twice, or once, it'll open up. Sounds like it's opened up. Let's have a look. That's the trees settled in after the first night. They're looking alright. Haven't died just yet. But the next parts of the plan are I'm going to jump back onto the shed materials that still aren't here, so I'm going to get back onto this planter, this raised bed. And you can see I've actually used old scaffold boards to make this, just that I've had for a long time. And then also under the shed that we dismantled, I had some of this to stop the weeds coming up. It's just some roofing fill, and I'm going to use that. I'll fix it to the inside of these scaffold boards all the way around, and hopefully it'll stop the moisture from the beds coming and damaging the wood. They're not very thick, but hopefully that will help them last a bit longer. And then I'm going to also finish emptying the compost into these raised beds. And then after that, we had so much cardboard that them trees came in yesterday, so I'm going to use that to completely cover this bottom layer on the raised bed, and then we can start layering up on top of that. We're also going to need a new compost after emptying them. Not something as big as them. Them composts we've had going since the beginning of the project, which has been really handy because we've had loads of stuff to compost. But going forward, we just need something smaller. So we've just had this turn up. It's a little compost, like one of the raised ones, like a rotary one. So the plan is we'll set that up. It's got 2 compartments, and then I'll build a little mini version of one of the pallet composts at the back. So I can, once this is full, we can then tip out into the pile. But that's it. Well, I won't lie, that was infuriating. Put up a house, but a compost bin. Flimsy piece of... But anyway, it's done now. Seems right now it's up. Just putting it together, putting the sides apart. One was falling while I was trying to attach the next one. Yeah, annoying. I've just got back from holiday and I've been away for a few weeks over in Greece, and the shed materials arrived this morning, so can get going with that. I've just gone and picked up a load of compost for these beds that have been sat there doing nothing, so I'm going to mix that with a load of topsoil from the ground out the front, and then we're going to plant some stuff in that today. But I'm just having I left the irrigation system on for these conifers and stupidly then turned off the water main inside the house after. So my brother come round once in the middle of while we were away to give these a water, but they're a little bit, some brown showing here and there on them. So I'm going to try and get back on top of giving these a good water, but they look alright other than that. But yeah, looking forward to getting back into it. Let's get going. So I've got the flower beds ready and for planting, and Anna and Phil have just come over bringing some plants, bought loads of stuff, but I'm being told off because I've put too many stones in the topsoil and it's going to make the vegetable wonky. So we're just experimenting with some civil ideas at the minute. Yeah, it kind of works, doesn't it? So we've got this brilliant system going. We've got a bucket, we've got a chair, an upside down chair specifically, and then what we do, we get the dirt, tip it on like so, and then you do this. We've only got a ton of it to do, so waste a drop of this now. Yeah, it's gone into making it. Right, we've prepared the flower bed now. It's not filled up quite as much as what we were thinking, but we're keen to get planted with the stuff, so we're just going to get planted anyway. But what we've got to go in the ground is a variety of tomatoes here. We've got buffalo tomato, black tomato and a regular tomato. We've got a variety of pepper plants here as well, not them, they're leeks. We've got some leeks to go in. There's some peppers, there was a jalapeno and another type which I can't remember. And we've got a raspberry bush. So I've just been shown how to get plants in. Let's try it out. Right, we're going to plant these now. These are the peppers going in. That's the first one I've ever done. This is going to be number 2.
Spade.
Thank you, got the spade here. So I'm going to dig a little hole like that. And then I've just shown this cool little trick. Pop that in. Pack the dirt around it. Take it out like that. break the roots up a little bit and pop it in. Oh, a bit heavy-handed. There we go. Nice little pepper. So we're going to do a line of leeks and carrots here because apparently they go well together. So about 20 centimetres apart, I've been told. I'm going to use this dibber, that's what it's called, isn't it? Can't remember how deep to go, but it's about that deep. And then we're going to pop that little leek in the hole. And top it up with some water. Oh my god, this is far too fiddly for my big fat hands. So we planted what we could yesterday, and we were running out of time because we've been sieving all the soil and stuff. So we're going to use the rest of the space we've got in the flower beds to plant today. George has just been picking out some stuff and I'm just doing the diagram for it, and we've got some cauliflower going in, kale, some poppies, onions and some lettuce. So that's what we're going to do now. Good morning. The shed materials have arrived. Woohoo! So I'm going to get on and finish this now, finally, and give you a quick little update on the plants, how they're going. They all seem to be doing alright. We've got advised that these peppers can blow over, so we've just stuck a stick in the ground and tied a bit of string to it. There's other stuff that's sprouting up, but we're not really sure what it is, whether it's just weeds or maybe it could be the kale that we've got planted there. I've got no idea, to be honest. Maybe that one's kale. But like I say, no idea. Tomato plants are growing up quite big now. But yeah, time to get on with the shed. Right, that's the shed done today. Pleased with that. All the wood underneath and stuff. So tomorrow I'm going to finish off finally taking down that compost and building a new compost and cleaning up this area. But that's it, and then it will be done. So that's the compost, the old compost out of the way now. I'm just filling up the ground level a bit before I put the new compost in. I've got an old lump of hemp from when we did the building, so I'm just going to chuck that at the bottom and break it up a bit. That's our composting situation. We've got one compartment will fill up, and then when that's full, the other one, and then once that's full, we'll empty that one into that compost where the worms and stuff can get to it, hopefully, and continue on. And then we've got our fertilizer down here from all the weeds we've been picking. Whether that's going to be any good or not, we'll see. Oh yeah, and we're just going to finish off by planting that raspberry bush right there.
So that's it. Thanks for watching if you made it to the end. We'll be coming back again in the future to show you how everything that we planted in the past few weeks is getting on. If we manage to get any lettuce, if the slugs don't get to it first. We've also got future plans to do more episodes in the garden because we've got an idea where we just want to fill the whole space with fruit and vegetable and maximise the produce we can get from the land. It kind of makes sense because it's an eco house, our running costs are really low. We fitted an air source heat pump in an earlier episode. We're talking about fitting solar panels as well now to bring all of our costs down low, so it makes sense to fill the garden and try and be as self-sufficient as possible, just minimise our outgoings. We'll also be going back inside the house. We're going to be doing some more lime plaster, some more lime wash paint. We'll be doing some more hemp on the internal walls. Yeah, loads of stuff. We want to do some smart technology in the house. But yeah, tons to get on with. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you next time.